All right, good evening, everyone, and welcome to today's Safeoclock Health and Safety Interactive Workshop. As our culture has been, we'll start with a brief presentation. After the presentation, we'll open the floor for collaborations, experience sharing, question and answer as well. So on this week's Safeoclock Workshop, we are talking about World Environmental Health Day. So that will be celebrated tomorrow, 26th of September. So every year, this World Environmental Health Day is celebrated on 26th of September. So today is our workshop, so we want to look at it and discuss it. Then some information that we might derive from here could be useful for others or for us to celebrate in our workplace tomorrow. So the World Environmental Day is observed annually on September 26th, and it was established by International Federation of Environmental Health, which is an organization for environmental health professionals. Okay, and it was launched officially in 2011. Okay, so this celebration is the one that is observed annually, and each year a theme is released for the year's celebration. So the major purpose for this celebration is to raise awareness on the crucial work that is done by environmental health professionals around the world. So another aim is to highlight the threats that human health poses to environmental that the human health faces, especially by environmental factors, such as pollution, climate change, even urbanization. So these environmental factors, the effect they have on our health, on human health. So that is one of the aims of this celebration. So we highlight those issues and ensure that everybody is aware of it, because most of the issues affecting the environment is that most people are not aware of what can harm the environment or what polluted environment, the effect it can have on the health of people. So that is why this Global Awareness Day is also very important, that we health and safety professionals can also take it to the next level by ensuring that this awareness is taken to our workplace and everyone is aware of the health issues that environmental pollutions and environmental factors can have on humans. Okay, so another aim is to encourage global cooperation to address these challenges, the challenges of pollution, the challenges of climate change, challenges of urbanization, and the health effects that these environmental factors have on individuals. So these challenges, when we come together and discuss it, we'll raise solutions to them. So every year there is a theme for the year. So for this year, 2025, the theme is Clean Air, Healthy People. Clean Air, Healthy People is the theme for this year's celebration that will be done tomorrow. So the theme is highlighting the link between quality of air that we breathe and the overall well-being. If we breathe in bad quality of air, then we are prone to have ill health, right? But if our air, if the air that we breathe in is quality enough, is pure enough, then there's higher chances that will prevent all those infections and all those diseases that is associated with pollution of the air. So that is one of the areas that this year's team is trying to expand, is trying to open our eyes to, that there is a major link between the air that we breathe and the overall well-being of every individual on this earth. So if we have clean air, then we'll be having healthy workers, healthy people, and healthy individuals. So that is one area that this year's team is trying to open our eyes to. Another area is trying to open our eyes to is public health, that the air pollution is a major contributor to a wide range of health issues. So from respiratory illness like asthma to severe conditions, heart diseases, stroke. So this year's team is calling on our attention to the effect that air pollution is having on people, especially on public health. Okay, so if we discuss it, if we learn one or two things, if we implement it at our individual stage, then we communicate and pass the awareness across to our workers. So this will also help to make the world better, our air better. Another point that this year's team is pointing to is climate actions, that the pollutants that harm our health are increasing, that they are an increase. So we're supposed to have clean air to have healthy people. So pollutants such as black carbons, carbon monoxides, these pollutants have a causing adverse health effect on workers and on people. So this year's team is calling attention of the entire world on what climate change or climate actions is causing on the health of people. Then environmental justice is another part that this year's team is looking at, that the effect of poor air is not usually distributed equally. So some locations have good air, whereas other locations have poor air condition. Okay. For instance, people that live in industrial areas, people that work in mining sites, coal sites, people that are exposed to hazardous substances. So those people, they are at proximity to those areas that the air is wrong or the air is poor. Okay, so those people they breathe in more hazardous air. Okay, then compared to people who live in urbanized areas or areas where there is fresh air, where there is no pollutant, where there is no pollution. So the environmental justice is referring to there are communities that are not having access to fresh air. So that it draws attention to the world. There are some people that are being exposed more to dangerous air than others. So attention should be drawn on those people and help to ensure that there is a equitable solution to ensure that everyone has access to quality air. So the air we breathe have certain impacts globally. So air pollution is a silent killer that impacts billions of people globally. So every year there are high number of people getting infected by respiratory infections, lungs failure, heart failure, all caused by breathing polluted air. So sources of this air is majorly from vehicle emissions, industrial factories, wildfires, even household products that we use in our homes. So there are sources of this poor air that we breathe. Then the global impact of this poor air, according to World Health Organization, it says that almost 90% of the world's population breathe air that exceeds air quality guideline limit. So that means that nobody is safe. Everybody is exposed to air that is not clean, air that is not within the air quality guideline limits. So we are breathing in corrupted air, polluted air. So almost 90% of the world population. Then air pollution is responsible for millions of premature deaths each year, according to World Health Organization. Then it disproportionately affects vulnerable population. That is the sad part of it. the vulnerable population that lives in rural areas or maybe lives in industrial areas. So these people are mostly affected by poor air quality. So they are vulnerable populations, children, elderly, low-income earners. So these people are usually the most affected people on bad quality of air. So what are the roles of environmental health professionals in this fight against bad quality of air? So they are majorly the frontliners who work to address these identified environmental threats. So the environmental specialists or professionals, environmental health professionals, they work tirelessly to identify these environmental threats. And when they are identified, then they recommend measures, they take actions, even conduct trainings, workshops, awareness, just like the one we'll be having tomorrow. So the environmental health professionals ensure that they identify the threats, environmental threats that is going to cause more ill health to individuals or to workers. So they monitor air quality also, monitoring the air quality in the workplace, the public area, to know the quality of the air available in that location. And then they enforce regulations. The regulations already created on environmental protection and preservation. So their job is to ensure that it's enforced and implemented in their workplace and in area of their area where they are in charge. So their job also includes to educate the public on how to protect themselves from poor quality air. So they give awareness campaigns, trainings, informations, share booklets, and knowledge journals. So this will help to improve the people's awareness about how they can protect themselves from bad or poor quality of air. They also help in building resilient communities that can withstand environmental challenges. Well, how? By educating them, making them aware of what are the hazards or the threats affecting the community or the environment. Then the actions that will be taken. Okay, so let's look at what we as individuals or people who think that they are not environmental health professionals, what are our role? Our role majorly includes reducing our footprint, the pollution that we commit to the air. So if we reduce it, such as instead of driving your car to work, you use bike, or you go by walking, you go with your foot, okay? Or even use public transport, which in public transport, maybe 10 people or 20 people will use the same bus. Instead of these 20 people, everybody driving his own car, where everybody will burn in fossil fuels, which will be emitting carbon monoxide into the environment and into the air. So using public transport is a way to reduce your carbon monoxide footprint, which will help to improve the quality of air within your vicinity. Conserve energy is another thing we can do. By turning off the lights when you are not using them, turning off the electricity, choosing power efficient appliances. When you are purchasing appliances, you purchase the one that has power efficiency, that consumes less current, okay? That is what we can do. Another thing we can do is to advocate. We can advocate, we can lead awareness, we can pass the information to national leaders, and they can enforce stronger air quality regulations. So we advocate, we push for it, we campaign for it, that the leaders can pass bills that will enforce stronger air quality regulations. So this is what we can do also. Another thing we can do is to spread the word, educate the people, conduct awareness campaigns, follow messages, share on social medias, share on personal discussions. So all this will help us to ensure that we pass the information across to our family members, our colleagues, and all that we need to do to ensure that the air quality is improved by communicating to the people. So these are some of the things that we can do to improve air quality. So our culture has been, this is where the information I want to pass. This is my slide. So we'll now open the floor for other contributions. So the floor is open. Who is this David? David, go ahead.
Good evening, all.
Okay.
It's me, David.
Good evening.
I just want to ask some question and get some clarification. Recently, there is this talk about this mold that is usually found in mostly old buildings and some buildings where there is kind of a water leakage or poor waterproofing and stuff like that. So this causes formation of this black mold. And I heard this is very, very dangerous to the health when inhaled, especially where we have kids and vulnerable people. Okay, so my main concern is not that. My main concern is which of these appliances is best ideal to solve issues like that? Because this is also an environmental issue. And how do we combat these things? Is it through air humidifier or air purifier? And what are the differences between these two appliances? Even if we want to recommend it to someone, which is the best to combat such issues, which is a health risk to vulnerable people and also infants? Thank you.
Thank you. So I'll add something, and I will expect Mr. Andrew to add something. He's an environmental specialist. So what I think or what I know is that ventilation is the most effective way. If that the room is well ventilated, so those molds will not build up. So ventilation is the most effective way of eradicating them and even preventing them from building up. Okay, so where there is no ventilation or where ventilation is inadequate, then that is the root cause. That is what is bringing it. Then another thing is when it's already happening, or maybe when the room is poorly ventilated and there's nothing much you can do, especially maybe in this environment where we are, that if you want to talk about ventilation, if you keep the window open, the sun or the heat will be a different issue you'll be battling with. So in such environment, in such situation, I think air humidifier will come to play, because it will make the air inside that room respirable. Okay, the air inside the room will become dense, and this will also make it easy for inhalation. So I will I would like Andrew to come in a bit there.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson. Yeah, the question you have asked, Mr. Johnson has actually answered the question. Besides that, beauty that usually cause this moth growth, as you rightly said, due to poor ventilation or accumulation of moisture due to the environmental factor that is in that environment, or the building materials that have been used, or the position of the building. There are a lot of factors that can result to such moth. And yes, it is true that it is dangerous to health when it's being breathed in because of its toxic nature. So the solution, one is ventilation. Two is, secondly, the other solution that can be applied is the material used in case of insulation. If the building, the roofing, or for instance, in the Africa region that we come from, that is always there's rain and all that. If there's no proper uh, enclosure of the building, there can be penetration of droppage of water, which can result to growth of moss and plant and things of that nature. So it is always good to put in proper planning while the building is under construction, to make sure that you close out all the area where there can be seepage of water or accumulation of moisture in the buildings. And in case if that happens, what are the remedies? There should be a proper maintenance culture to ensure that those places that are causing the mold growth and the moisture is being taken care of. So there are other scientific factors that can lead to that, which need proper planning and maintenance to cope such situation. So generally, I want to say this topic is very vital, because the environment is all that we have. And if we don't take proper care of it, we are slowly killing ourselves and the generation to come. So thank you very much, Mr. Justin. And thank you for answering the question. I believe one or two people can throw more light on it too. Hello? Hello?
All right, I I think I got the message now. I got the point, and I believe that the question has been answered. Work on how to see the corrective measures put in place. Thank you.
No worries. Mr. Johnson, is Mr. Johnson here? Hello, Mr. Mark. How much today?
Yes, Mr. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Good evening.
Hello, Mr. Johnson. Can you hear
I
me?
think Yes, can hear you.
Yeah,
Can
yes.
you please
I was
if you have
I
mention
do
on the
appreciate. Can you hear me well now?
yes,
Can you
yes,
hear me well?
yes. Carry on, go on.
Uh, yes, I would say I appreciate your input since the program. I appreciate your your uh, your, your topic this evening and all the given. But to be frank with you, that much. But the fact that I'm still in the office, I've got one or two things going on this afternoon, so that's why I didn't pick a comment. A few things I heard from it, so I'm very sorry about that. I would have much later. I will play the uh, uh, the the video. Then hello, Mr. Andy, are you there?
Yes, I can hear you with a little bit cracky. Maybe network.
Okay. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about that. I was just trying to say that. Can you hear me well now?
Yes.
Yes, I was just trying to say that I didn't pick much from what was discussed during the meeting. So I'm going to play the video after to really get what was discussed.
Okay, that's great. That's
Mm.
great. Yeah. So I think the time has far spent, and I believe we all grab one or two things from this section. And just to recap, I think the host, Mr. Johnson, is offline at the moment. So for those of us who did not start on time, we can go back to the recording, which Mr. Justice is going to uh, post on the handles, social media handles in our group. So, but I want to encourage each and every one of us to at least we we are doing something that is very uncommon, our time and our contribution to promoting environmental health and safety as part of our passion. So let's encourage other people to join. This is a platform where we we learn, we connect, and I believe in one way or the other we are helping ourselves and we are helping society. And you don't know this will go a long way to help the people coming or people who are aspiring to become professional in this field. So I want to encourage each and every one of us to continue the good work we are doing. Thank you very much. If there is any further contribution, please do. Otherwise, we can call it today. Is there any further contribution from anyone, please?
Well, not from this side, from Amajad, not from this side.
Okay.
I think the message is clear and very, very concise. If there's any other thing we will need to know, we'll just go through the video and then make some more research. For now, I think the message is very clear. The presentation itself gives more insight as to the areas that need improvement. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, everyone. See you next week and have a blessed weekend.
All right, you too. Have a nice week.
Bye.